Tell her to meet her. I won't do another thing. Call that immature.
All right.
Take care of that stupid ass yourself.
Okay.
Lucky I'm doing this much. That's the blessing.
The blessing is to be able to have understanding, forgiveness in your heart.
We have it. I have forgiven you. Otherwise, I would be on with my life happy as hell.
I didn't come here for this.
But I'm just letting you know.
What the young lady said,
And I'm relaying that.
Atlanta streets were alive with activity as the most recent scandal started to take shape. Joc's life was full of drama, but this time it was more personal and explosive. It all began when he learned something that completely shocked him. He had been careful with his money, always making sure to stay on top of things, but there was one thing he hadn't expected. Kendra, his girlfriend, had crossed a line, and now the entire world was about to know it. Yung Joc, the veteran rapper and reality star known for his smooth demeanor, was about to start a firestorm. He observed some irregularities in his accounts, with tiny sums of money occasionally going missing. At first, he assumed it was a technological glitch or a simple error, but as the numbers continued to stack up, he realized that the transactions were too regular and intentional. As a man who cherished both his privacy and his peace of mind, Joc knew that someone close to him was abusing his trust, and made the decision to take matters into his own hands. A private investigator was engaged by the Joc to investigate the situation, and the investigator wasted little time in gathering information within a few days. The evidence that Joc needed to uncover the truth was shocking, and the video was even more damning. It showed Kendra, who had been living with him and had access to his finances, transferring large sums of money from his account into her own. This was a betrayal unlike anything Joc had ever experienced. Kendra, the person he had trusted and believed to be by his side, was stealing from him. Joc was hurt, but he wasn't surprised because he knew he couldn't keep this to himself. He had to face Kendra and the world. With the footage in hand, he decided to reveal everything as the day of reckoning arrived. He wasn't prepared for the chaos that was about to break out, but when Joc dropped the video, fans, family, and everyone else involved in the drama had their eyes fixed on their screens. He wasn't sure how Kendra would react, but he knew she wouldn't take it lightly. When the tape appeared online, the world gasped as the camera panned in on Kendra stealing the money without hesitation. This was not a simple error, it was deliberate thievery. When Kendra watched the footage, her entire world fell apart. Had believed she was untouchable and that her bond with Joc was strong enough to conceal any secrets, but the truth was very different. The Joc felt betrayed, and now Kendra had to bear the full consequences of her actions. Kendra was furious and ashamed that the Joc would do this to her. She never thought he would show the public their private problems. The betrayal hurt more than the actual theft. How could he expose her in this way? Did their relationship mean nothing to him? Kendra wasted no time in taking revenge, storming into the Joc studio with her face red with rage and her eyes burning with fury. She was crying, and the storm of emotions inside her was about to blow up. "How dare you put me on blast like that?" she screamed as she entered the room, her voice loud and full of venom. "You think you can just play me like this?" The Joc stood there calm but resolute. He had already prepared himself for this moment. "Kendra, although I didn't want to, you gave me no other option. You've been stealing from me, and I can't just stand by and let you do it." Kendra's face is twisted in shock. "You're behaving as though I stole from you, Joc. We've been together for a long time, and now you're going to treat me like a criminal on the street." Kendra's voice was unmistakably angry that Joc had made their private issue into a public spectacle. But Joc wasn't backing down because the consequences of what she had done were too great to ignore. In a steady and forceful voice, Kendra Joc stated, "You've been stealing from me for months. I had to get the truth out because you wouldn't be honest with me. You've taken money that wasn't yours, you've lied to my face, and now the whole. Nobody knows what you did. When Kendra's rage reached a breaking point, she strode over to him and pointed a finger at his face. You've made a fool of me by exposing me in this way, and now you're going to sit here and lecture me about honesty after everything we've been through together. Joc, her words were piercing the atmosphere with the ferocity of 1,000 charges. This was about more than just their relationship. It was about trust, respect, and treachery, and Joc wasn't going to allow her to control the situation. His eyes were filled with anger and disbelief as his voice became more intense. You thought you could get away with it, thought I wouldn't catch on, but I did, and now you have to own up to what you've done. This was a personal attack that she never saw coming. Her pride was hurt, and her emotions were all over the place. She had betrayed him, yes, but this wasn't how she expected things to proceed. She thought they could work things out in private and fix things without the public eye. Disgust. Jay stood silent for a moment, staring down at her. You didn't help us, Kendra. You took from us, and now you have to face the consequences. Her hands were balled into fists as she paced back and forth. Do you really think I wanted to hurt you, Joc? Do you think I just stole for fun? I was trying to help us. I was trying to help you, but you turned everything against me. The situation was tense, and Kendra's guilt that she had crossed a boundary was only heavier than her fury. However, Joc had taken the initiative to ensure that she was aware of it. Her actions had far-reaching effects, and the fallout was serious. Kendra felt the walls closing in, but her anger would not go away because the truth had been revealed, and there was no going back now. As the confrontation reached a headlock, she stood her ground, knowing that this moment would alter everything. It was unclear whether their relationship would survive the damage, but one thing was certain: Kendra had betrayed him.
I gotta go on kids.
Okay.
So it's very important.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You lucky you got him. Okay. Bitch, wait.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, force me meeting this bitch. I don't have to meet her. I won't do another thing. How that immature. Take care of this stupid ass yourself.
Okay.
Lucky I'm doing this much. That's the blessing.
The blessing is to be able to have understanding, forgiveness in your heart.
We have it. I have to give you. Otherwise, I would be on with my life happy as hell.
I didn't come here.
But I'm just letting you know.
Atlanta's streets were alive with activity as the most recent scandal started to take shape. As always, there was drama in Joc's life, but this time it was more personal and explosive. It all began when Joc learned something that completely shocked him. He had been careful with his money, always making sure to stay on top of things, but there was one thing he hadn't expected. Kendra, his girlfriend, had crossed a line, and now the whole situation was about to blow up. Yung Joc, the veteran rapper and reality star known for his smooth demeanor, was about to start a firestorm. Because he was a man who valued both his privacy and his peace of mind, Joc had been suspicious for weeks after noticing some discrepancies in his accounts. At first, he thought it might have been a technical glitch or a mistake, but as the numbers added up, he realized that someone close to him was abusing his trust. Joc decided to take matters into his own hands and hired a private investigator to study the situation. After a few days, the investigator had all the evidence Joc needed to uncover the truth. What Joc discovered was shocking, and the video was even more damning. It showed Kendra, who had been living with him and had access to his finances, transferring sizable sums of money from his account into her own. It was a trail like nothing Joc had ever seen. The lady he believed to be by his side, Kendra, whom he had trusted, was defrauding him. Although the athlete was hurt, he realized he had to face this and couldn't keep it to himself. With the video in hand, he decided to reveal everything to Kendra and the world. As the day of reckoning drew near, Joc braced himself for the impending storm, knowing that Kendra would not take it lightly. He wasn't prepared for the chaos that would break out. In the moment Joc released the video, fans, family, and all those involved in the drama had their eyes fixed on their screens. Online, the video appeared.